Some files were never meant to be opened. Some data should have stayed buried. But when a man who collects lost digital artifacts stumbles across a forgotten government server, he discovers a set of files so disturbing, they begin to rewrite his reality. This is the darkest files found online. My name is Ethan Vale. I work as a data recovery specialist, the guy you call when your hard drive crashes or you delete something important. Most of my clients are boring. Small businesses, old laptops, family photos. But every now and then, I get something strange. Last year, a client brought me an old black server unit. No labels, no ports except one power cable, and a rusted Ethernet port. He said, "I found this in my uncle's storage locker. It used to belong to some government contractor back in the 90s. That caught my attention. I love weird tech history, so I agreed to take a look. When I powered it up, the screen didn't show a normal boot menu, just a blinking green line and then a message. There were only 3 folders. That last one was password protected. I started with the folder named /survey. Inside were hundreds of text documents, each labeled with coordinates and timestamps. Most were unreadable, filled with broken symbols, but some were clear. They described experiments with neural pattern recognition, something about recording consciousness through image exposure. It didn't make sense. But what disturbed me were the attached photos. Each image showed the same room. Plain white walls, a metal chair, and someone sitting in it, blindfolded, facing a blank monitor. Every photo looked slightly different. Different people, same setup, and in each one, there was a faint outline, like a silhouette, on the monitor, almost humanoid. The more I looked, the more it felt like that shape was looking back. Then I opened the /recordings. There were 12 video files, each named only by date. The first few were silent, just static and faint flickering, but the later ones had audio. In one, I heard breathing, not human breathing, slow, mechanical. Then a distorted voice whispered, "Do you see it yet?" The moment I heard that, the video glitched and crashed my media player. When I reopened the folder, a new file had appeared on my desktop. I hadn't downloaded it. I hadn't touched anything. But there it was. When I hovered over it, the file preview showed an image. A frozen frame of my own office. Same desk, same chair, and on the screen, a figure standing behind me. My hands were shaking as I went back to the root directory. That last folder was still locked, but now the password prompt had changed. Instead of enter password, it said, "We know your face." The cursor blinked. Then, without me typing, letters began to appear. That was my name. The screen froze. Then every light in the room flickered. The monitor glowed white. For a moment, I thought I saw something moving in the reflection, like a dozen shadowed faces staring through the screen. And then it went dark. When I rebooted the server, everything was gone. No folders, no files, just one new message. Upload complete. But I wasn't connected to the internet. The next day, I checked my laptop. There was a new folder on my own drive. Inside were pictures, not of experiments, of me, sleeping, working, photos taken from angles that weren't possible. Every night since then, I've heard faint static through my speakers, even when everything's unplugged. Sometimes the monitor turns on by itself, and for a split second, I see that same white room, and the same metal chair, empty now, waiting, They say everything uploaded to the internet lasts forever, but some files don't just live online. They live inside us. You are now part of Survey 14.